Hi guys, welcome to Ants Subong. As you can tell, this will be another video with a voiceover. I have gotten the hang of it, and thank you for the comments and feedbacks that I got. I will do my utmost best to keep my voice in every video that I make from now on. Today, I want to show you a close-up video, since my macro videos are kinda popular. So this is a young Ecophylla smaragdina colony, also known as weaver ants or kernga locally. I am very sure, one way or another, you have either seen or have been bitten by them once in your lifetime. Hence making them a well-known ant locally, more so popular than Solenopsis geminata or commonly known as red ants. Both have biting and stinging habits towards humankind. Isn't that amazing? They are one of my favorite ant species to keep. The reason being is, they are unlike any other ant species out there. In this video, I won't cover extensively on this species' characteristics, habitats, or any scientific facts about them. I believe, the World Wide Web have loads of information already. What I'm going to do is to share a little of my experience that I had with them. So, let's begin with the close-ups. This is Ecophylla smaragdina. You will know it is a weaver ant queen, as her size ranges from 20 to 25 mm. She has a beautiful olive green color, and has a variation of shading from full green, brownish green or fully brown. The color helps her to blend in among the leaves. She was caught in late April, early May, and was one of the biggest queen I managed to catch. I remember it was a hot sunny afternoon. It was just standing there against a dark color backdrop. Her bright green color has just given her away. I knew it won't fly away, as there weren't any wings on her already. I also know she won't run away, as she is not the runner type. I got larger catch cup, as the normal ones I use for other ants nuptial were too small. Gave her some sweets for her founding journey and bottled her up. I knew this species were very sensitive to movement and lights during founding stages, and is important that we keep her in a comfortable place. I have successfully nurtured this species to workers in closing, and many of them have new homes now, and I've never been more happier with that. Weaver ant queen is one of the most dedicated mother. She will always cover the broods with her wide body, which you can barely see the broods during the founding process. She will not show any movement if she is disturbed during this stage, unless she felt is too close for her comfort, then she will make herself known by opening her mandibles. So, just over a month after, minor workers will start to emerge, and immediately they are already defending the colony, with their wide stance, raised gaster and mandibles wide open. This behavior is essential to the survivability of the new colony. These minor workers' sole purpose is to serve the queen and takes care of the broods and rarely leaves the nest. Those duties are for the major workers, which are larger and quite menacing if you encounter them. When the first batch of minor workers emerge, they look frail and fragile. But over time, the workers will eventually be stronger, and the next batch of new workers will be larger, given enough care. They love insect diets and have caused sugary water. You can give them fruits, such as grapes. You can see here that there are some black speck along the back of the nest. Those are larvae droppings. Meaning it's their poop. Yes, ant larvae do poop. The other things that they do, is also weave silk doors in the test tube, and there will be little holes that they can pass through. Another thing I forgot to mention is, during founding, the queen will use the larvae to silk herself up. Like a little pouch nest. Feeding them in test tube has never been any harder. They have those sticky feet, which acts like Velcro. When they do get attached to the cotton, they can never be removed without injuring them. Yes, they do get injured easily. It is because of their stinging nature, which makes the feeding process a little more harder for me. If they do run out from the test tube, they never go far. They will hold their position outside of the entrance, and assume defensive pose. Just gently use the cotton to nudge them in. Now, if you are afraid that you might be bitten, it's good to have some kind of gloves on. I always have adrenaline rush when I do feed them, especially with 10 to 15 workers test tube colony. The question that I always get is, what to do next if the feeding part is way too stressful? The answer is, they are ready for a proper nest setup. One that will need a living plant, and have the nest kept at places which has beam of sunlight. Always moisture their nest with a bottled water sprayer. The nest does not need to be elaborate, having 1 or 2 small potted plant in the nest is sufficient for now. Also be cautious of what plant you decide to use, as some indoor house plants are poisonous to them. I hope that one day you will be able to own one of this species. But I do advise for further research to be done by yourself. This video description on weaver ants is barely scratching the surface on this species. Till next time, be safe. Do subscribe to my channel and hit the like button. Thank you for watching, Ants Subong.